Hello! Ano cheeky breaky iv damke. It's a long rifle.
So,
Can barely even get it into frame.
what exactly is it?
This is not a Dragunov. This is a PSL, which I don't know Romanian, but last I checked, the translation of that literally means scoped rifle. Now, what is a PSL? Basically, it's what if we took a RPK receiver and we said, hey, those guys are pretty far away. Let's make it shoot Mosin Nagant bullet. And you get this. It's literally just a big AK that shoots 7.62 by 54R. And surprisingly, it gets pretty decent accuracy from everything that I've seen. Like, I'm talking like a little over 1 MOA to about 2 MOA, which isn't bad. Especially when you consider that this thing's role wasn't to be necessarily a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
It was more of like a designated marksman rifle. It was like the guy in your squad who has a more accurate rifle who can pick off guys farther away than your AK and more precise than your AK. So, in that concept, this thing is absolutely perfect. She's perfect. It's perfect.
It's great. It's just a big AK.
It's literally just a big AK that shoots a bigger bullet, a bigger 7.62. And that's basically it. And it was super easy to manufacture because it's literally just take the RPK receiver and again, make it so that way it shoots 7.62 by 54R. Like, it's a really simple, ingenious concept, and it came about because Romania couldn't use the Dragunov because apparently the Soviets didn't like the fact that Romania was trying to do that whole, like, we want to be an independent sort of nation, not under the boot of communism. And so they were like, okay, no Dragunov for you. They were like, fine, we'll have Dragunov at home. And Dragunov at home was actually pretty good. So, what features does this have? I'm glad that you asked. Where should I start?
The Optic. The Optic.
The Optic?
Yes.
All right, let's start with the Optic. So, we got this cool little cover up here, which I think is like a rubber. It's nothing special, just goes over the end. Then you have, let me swap that around. Then you have your little rubber piece, and then the scope starts about here. And this is just your little eye cup, so that way when it recoils, it doesn't bash you in the head. But it also gives you a nice like little suction cup to your eye, so that way you can get really nice clear view down the scope. The mount for it is this latch right here that flips, and then it slides off of the rail, standard com block rail. Everything that I've seen, it holds 0 when you take off the rail. If you wanted to say clean it a little bit easier, instead of trying to like lift the dust cover off and go underneath the Optic, you can just slide it off and it'll return to 0 every time. This Optic is a Russian Optic, and I actually have the box at home, and it has all of the crazy Cyrillic scribbles. It's kind of cool. That's why I kept it.
Yeah.
And the only real difference is that they modified the battery compartment. Instead of taking this wonky Russian sort of a, like, imagine a AA, but it's like 2/3 the length. So they modified it so that way it just uses a standard AA. So they just made it a little bit longer. So I would guess that this end piece was just like a tad shorter. But you have a nice little switch, and it has, I believe, yes, it's in both Russian, like engraved, and then you just have like little painted on off. It's just a simple little click on, click off. And it's even shielded for you. This is just a simple 4-power optic, and it is illuminated with the drop compensated, I don't even know what kind of reticle it's. If you've ever played like Battlefield or any sort of a game where you use any sort of Russian optic, it's got like the nice little like swoop with a line underneath, and then you have your little chevrons for, I think it's every 200 meters, give or take. It's just that. I don't think that we can get like down the scope because
not like a clear sight. No.
Yeah, no. Maybe I don't know
For
how
what?
good I don't know how good your editing is. If we can like put in like a picture at all.
Yeah, I can plug in a picture here.
Okay,
At the
we'll find
five,
one.
anyway,
Edited
5 minute
in
mark. I'm throwing in a photo now.
now. Right there. Okay. So this one has actually been modified because I got it on Gunbroker for a awesome deal. You might not think so, but I think so. And the dude actually swapped out so that way this has an RPK rear sight instead of just the standard like AK rear sight. So it's actually windage adjustable. If I can. So you got your nice little windage adjustments and then your elevation adjustments, which you would think that it would have that on there because it's already using the RPK receiver. But apparently it didn't. Just gonna throw this back on here because I don't like that it's wobbling all around. And it also came with a sling, and I got 12 magazines in the wonderful little deal, which these are the metal followers. They're the like surplus, so these are apparently like the Gucci mags for like $100 a piece.
And you've already been stocking up on 54R.
For decades.
So this worked out perfectly.
It's
because
everything
the
it needed
Mosin
to be.
Nagant, of course, was your first rifle, right?
Actually, yes. Standard wood handguards. It literally is just a big AK. I think on the RPK, it's literally just standard Kalashnikov furniture. These ones are a little bit elongated, longer gas tube, longer gas piston, which I even got an adjustable gas piston, so maybe we'll really tune this thing out, but probably not because Russian guns don't need to be tuned. They're supposed to be idiot-proof. And then you got your cool muzzle device. It's probably going to be hell because of these serrations? Trying to think of the word.
Cutouts or...
Yeah, let's just go with cutouts on the bottom. So if you're laying down in like a dusty environment, I think that's going to kick up quite a bit. But I think overall you're going to enjoy having the muzzle device on there, because 7.62x54R is quite powerful. And then going towards the stock, you got this cool built-in cheek riser, which I don't think this is going to be too good to try and shoot as, say, a left-hander, but as a right-hander, it's pretty comfortable. Plus the wood looks really nice. It's got like this thick coating of clear coat, so should keep out any moisture. Has a little black polymer thing on the bottom, which it usually comes with a wood one, but dude swapped that out, and I still have the wood one. Might put it on, but I think I like the plastic one on there because I don't want to ding up the wood. That usually takes quite a bit of a beating. Metal butt pad, little whatever you call them, knurling, anti-slip bullshit. So
that's about all we can really say until we go shoot it.
Yeah.
Which, again, we bring this out this weekend. And then this is different because we actually have plenty of ammo to shoot.
Oh, yeah. I've been stocking up for years and years. Plus, the deal came with 120 rounds of ammo. So, no excuses. We are going to take this out. He's going to bring his sniper Mosin.
Yes.
And his regular Mosin. I'm going to bring this and the SKS and maybe another gun if it gets here soon enough. But that'll be a surprise. And we're going to have the duel of the 54Rs.
yeah, duel 54R.
It's going to be a grand.
And you bring your SKS and I'll bring my AK?
Yes. And we'll have the duel of the 39s.
I'm sure all the FUDs will like us and all our Russian weapons.
Oh, yes. And weirdly enough, I don't think that they're really against Russian weapons, but if you bring in like a Mauser or a Luger, they're just nothing but hate. Anyway, oh, I almost forgot. One of the most important things, standard AK safety, that's not it, but watch this. It does something that AKs don't. It locks open. Now you're probably thinking, oh, well, the second he takes out that magazine, it's going to stay open, right? Yes. Unlike regular AKs, cool little magazine, only holds 10 rounds, but, and then you can swap in a new mag and then just charge it straight off. There you go. So you can really continue the flow on like your standard AK. I'm so proud. Little old rocket action. And I also got a bunch of like ammo pouches, literally more than I can handle, and cleaning rod, cleaning kit. I got some extra recoil springs that are like plus 20% in case you're using like really like heavy ammo, because apparently these things are a little bit overgassed to a lot overgassed sometimes. I believe these are imported by Century Arms, but they aren't made by Century Arms. They're made in Romania, and because it's just a semi-automatic 7.62x54R, it's super easy to import. You throw on your 922R compliant parts, so like maybe the trigger, the muzzle device, and then I think even the magazines count. So you throw on those, and then boom,
Which,
legal gun.
from most accounts, Century Arms imports are pretty good. Century Arms made?
Like their
That's where
C93s.
Yeah.
That's where you run into trouble. But their Wazers are kind of like the standard AK that a lot of people start out with, like right next to the Palmettos. So this is a Yugo, and I hope to get more Yugos. And I am just elated. It's so beautiful. It's so big, and it's a semi-automatic 7.62x54R that isn't from World War II, and it isn't delicate as shit, and it didn't cost me $8,000.
Yeah.
It's everything that you need. It's everything that you want. I hope that they start importing more, because I know that you probably want one of these now.
I do, and I like, even with the SKS, I was like, oh, I should have got it, but
like this one, you can still get it.
Yeah.
Like at its standard retail price. Atlantic Firearms tends to have them for like $2,100, which is kind of a lot, but at the same time, when you take into account like what you're getting, so long as you can get a decent supply of magazines, that's pretty much the only like big issue that I can think of. Am I missing anything?
No, that's about it.
All right, one more good pan shot. Fuck.
And again, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing. We really appreciate it here. Continuing to grow the channel. Right now, we've been making videos pretty much all summer. And we've been having fun. Buying more guns, shooting guns. It's all been good. Gearing up for hunting season coming around next month.
Yep. And he might be doing 2 trips in 1 year instead of like just 1 like I usually do. But that's because I don't have a whole lot of off days. This guy can just take off whenever he wants.
Yeah, but gotta make it up for it. So like if something comes up like on a Tuesday, Thursday, I would work that weekend. And same thing, if I want to take that Monday, Tuesday off from the weekend, I would just work the next weekend. Schedule's flexible like that, but still gotta make it up somehow.
Which, after we go to the range, shoot this, and I make sure that it's all dialed in, maybe if you can find some 7.62x54R soft point, I'll let you take this hunting. I trust you.
All right.
Just, you gotta go onto, like, Gray Shop, and you gotta get yourself some, like, a full Russian, like, tactical ghillie suit. Just full bush Wookie. Go for it. There you go.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. And when you get a kill, you gotta, like, pose with it and full Chewbacca. Anyway, I think that's enough.
That's good. Thank you, guys.
Have a nice day.